Inspector Yancey, I have a few questions.
What time is it?
Just past bathrobe time, so you're still good.
Okay.
Zach, how are you, sir?
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Look, I love this show. Bad Monkey's filled with so many amazing, rich, fascinating characters, but at the center of the story is a murder mystery, and your character, Israel Opeel, is a part of that. I love the character of Israel. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. He just made a lot of bad decisions that kind of spiraled. Tell me a little bit about your character and his relationship with Rob Delaney's character without giving anything away.
Well, it's so hard to talk about my character without giving away spoilers, but yeah, he's a guy who makes one bad decision and it leads him to keep making bad decisions, and then he's kind of painted into a corner, and you don't want to get painted into a corner with murderers around. But it was really fun to play. You know, it's a different character than I usually get to play, and I loved working with Rob. He's hilarious.
Yeah, you dive into this role, and I thought you were hilarious in this role. And like you said, you're in this with Rob. Can you talk about working with Rob and your most memorable experience working with him in this?
My most memorable experience is that we went on a mandate together to go look at the Florida gators. We went to one of those swamps where you with the big fan boat, and you go, and we went looking at gators together. He's just the nicest guy, and you know, he's just effortlessly funny, and it was a different part for him as well. So I think we were both really excited to be doing roles that aren't the typical thing we get to do. Absolutely.
Now, you're also reteaming with Bill on this, Bill Lawrence on Bad Monkey. Can you talk about reteaming with him on this show?
Bill and I just have the same sense of humor, and he's just been a big champion of mine. So I feel so grateful. You know, we work so well together. I directed Lasso, and I'm directing Shrinking, and it's fun to be in front of the camera with him again. We just have a great symbiosis. We see things the same way.
Interesting. Now, Meredith Hagner is absolutely amazing as Eve. She kills it in this role. She's a master manipulator that'll do anything she gets, she's a master manipulator that does anything she wants to get what she wants. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Tell me about your character's dynamic with her, and what did she bring to the role that wasn't on the page?
Well, you know, when you have someone that's that funny and pretty with those big blue eyes, I think the audience is going to be surprised by how evil the person is. You know, I think, you know, you could cast someone who could lean into that, but with Meredith, you're not expecting someone so cold-blooded to be behind that beautiful smile.
Absolutely. Now, at the center of our story is Yancey, a former detective who can't let things go. Vince is great in this role. He's amazing with his banter and comedic sensibility. Can you talk about working with him on this project?
It's such an honor. I love him so much. Swingers was life-changing for me. I wanted to be Vince. I wanted to be like Vince in real life and as an actor. And the hardest thing with Vince is not laughing at all the stuff he's improvising, because he never says the same thing twice.
Incredible. Look, last question I have for you. I was talking to Bill earlier, and he said that we could get a Scrubs reunion in 6 months to a year. Who knows if that's going to happen, but I hope it does. If there is a Scrubs reunion, what do you want to explore with JD that you didn't get to before, and where do you think the character is now?
Well, I think that, you know, JD's a grown ass man now, and so Scrubs would still have his imagination, but you know, I think he's more in the Dr. Cox position these days. You know, he's the senior doctor to the hospital. I think it would be interesting to find him yearning for some of the innocence of his youth, and finding ways to sort of get back to the character that everybody fell in love with. To me, that would be interesting, seeing him sort of having lost some of his joy and going in search for finding some of the joy of his youth.
Incredible. Well, Zach, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. Incredible job on Bad Monkey. And you're an amazing director, too, I just got to say.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate you.
I want a lot of immunity.
Well, how about just a normal amount of immunity?
No, it's got to be a lot.
They did it bad.